super friends, and welcome to DC TV Talk. This is the show where we talk all things Supergirl, The Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Arrow, and Black Lightning. And in today's video, we're going to be discussing all of the above as we look ahead at Comic-Con next month to see what we're going to be getting from each of the individual shows in the Arrowverse. So let's discuss. So yes, you heard it right, we are approaching Comic-Con 2018, it's coming very, very close next month in July, and Comic-Con is always a huge time for the Arrowverse and DC TV shows, and also if you're just a fan of anything geek culture, nerd culture, it's going to be represented in some way at Comic-Con, and that is very much true again this year with the DC TV shows. Now there is other stuff that I'm looking forward to, just on a digression. Obviously I'm very excited to see what the DC films have got going on. I'm actually putting a lot of faith in DC with their film division this year, given the fact that we should be getting the first Aquaman trailer, the first Shazam trailer, hopefully some footage from Wonder Woman 84, and potentially some future updates of the DC film universe as a whole. But all that aside, we are going to be getting plenty of stuff from the DC TV side, as we always do, including the trailers and the Q&As, and the entire cast, or at least all the series regulars at least, coming out and discussing the upcoming seasons. That is, of course, Supergirl Season 4, The Flash Season 5, Legends of Tomorrow Season 4, Arrow Season 7, and also Black Lightning Season 2. So let's get on to that. So I'll start off with the Supergirl Season 4 announcement. Now this is equating to a Supergirl special video presentation and a Q&A. This is the same for all of them. A special video presentation is usually the trailer, so that means we are going to be getting a trailer. Comic-Con always tends to be when we get the first trailers for all the new seasons, so that does line up, and the Q&A is always there. So the description reads, Season 3 saw Supergirl stop Rain and the other world killers' threat to humanity and our planet, and in the process Kara was shocked to find her mother Allura alive and living in a salvaged Argo City that survived the destruction of Krypton. Reconnecting with her past caused Kara to realise that her true home is now here on Earth, where big changes are taking place for her and all of her friends in National City, and also it appears for a doppelganger in Russia. Season 4 promises to be full of surprises, action, adventure, and lots of big revelations for Supergirl, Alex, Jean, James, Lena, and Brainy. Join the series cast Melissa Benoist, Chyla Lee, Mercard Brooks, David Harewood, Katie McGrath, and Jesse Rath, and executive producers Robert Rovner, Jessica Quella, and Sarah Shetner for a special video presentation followed by a Q&A where they'll discuss what's to do and what's to come and more. So that is what is being said about Supergirl. That is kind of the synopsis for what we can expect in Comic-Con for Supergirl. And I think Supergirl Season 4 sounds very interesting. And the thing is with these synopsises, all of these shows have received synopsises, but the things with them is they don't really reveal too much. And obviously, they can't really reveal too much because we don't really know anything about the show as it is, and they want to keep all the surprises for Comic-Con, for the Q&A, and also for the trailer. But one thing that this does confirm, which is something we were all questioning, is that this other Kara who showed up in Siberia is a doppelganger. It specifically says that. It says that Kara has found her new home on Earth, and also it appears for a doppelganger in Russia. So this is a doppelganger. Again, we're still not clear on who this character specifically is, but again, I'm sure we'll get that cleared up in the next month or so. But this is a very exciting thing, and just quickly as well, I will go over the release date for Supergirl Season 4. It is getting a completely new time and a new day. It will be premiering on Sunday, 8/7 Central on the CW, which is 8 PM, and it will be on October the 14th, so that is when that will be arriving, so get hyped for that. Moving on to The Flash Season 5, it is going to be getting a special video presentation and a Q&A, so again, that is a trailer and a Q&A session. Matching wits with the Thinker, who by the season's end had harnessed the powers of all 12 bus metas he created, stretched Team Flash to their limits, but with the help of some new allies, Barry Allen and company were able to put a stop to the Enlightenment and save Central City once again. However, with the arrival of Barry and Iris' speedster daughter Nora, who arrived from the future admitting to having made a big mistake, things are anything but status quo. Will Parenthood be the challenge that finally shows, or that finally slows, the Flash down? For answers to this and all of your other Season 5 questions, please join the cast and the creators of the CW's highest rated series. Stars Grant Gustin, Jesse L. Martin, Tom Cavanaugh, Candice Patton, Danielle Panabaker, Carlos Valdez, Hartley Sawyer, Jessica Parker Kennedy, Danielle Nicolet, and executive producer Todd Helbing at their annual Comic-Con panel. So once again, the Flash, this doesn't really give us too much to go off of. This basically just tells us what we already knew. And again, don't go into these synopsises expecting much. It basically is just saying, you know, what you can sort of discuss. So this is mostly focusing on Nora, and obviously that was the big cliffhanger at the end of Season 5, or Season 4, sorry. And it seems like, they're really pushing this big mistake that she made. Also, the entire cast, that is a very good cast. I'm surprised that Jessica Parker Kennedy's there. I'm also surprised that Danielle Nicolette's there. But again, like I said with Supergirl, I guess it's all the series regulars, because they are all series regulars on the show. So that's quite interesting. Todd Helbing is always good to have there as well. He is kind of the main man on The Flash, so that's good that he's there. Overall, I think The Flash will probably be one of the more interesting ones to discuss. Now, in terms of the release date for that'll be kind of sticking at the same place it's always been. Season 5 will be premiering on Tuesday, October the 9th at 8 PM, and that is a very exciting time. Obviously, that week is when also Black Lightning will premiere, but I'll get onto Black Lightning later on. But that is everything for The Flash Season 5. Next, we'll talk about Legends of Tomorrow, which is also going to be getting a video presentation and a Q&A. After defeating Malice by cuddling him to death with a giant stuffed animal named Bebo, the Legends were ready to ease off the gas. That was until Constantine arrived to inform them that, in solving one major problem, they have created another, much larger one. When the Legends let time crumble in order to release and defeat Malice, the barrier between worlds softened. History is now infected with fugitives, magical creatures from myths, fairy tales, and legends. Having been expelled through time by people like Constantine, these fugitives are now returning to our world in droves and making a real mess of things. So when all hell breaks loose, who are you going to call? That's right, the Legends. Join the cast and creators of the CW's zaniest superhero series, stars Katie Lotz, Brandon Routh, Dominic Purcell, Nick Zano, Maisie Richardson-Seller, Tala Ashe, Matt Ryan, Jess McAllen, Courtney Ford, and showrunner Phil Klemmer and producer Keto Shimizu at their annual Comic-Con panel for an in-person look at what makes this time-traveling crew tick. So Legends of Tomorrow Season 4 is one of the ones I'm most excited about next season, just given how good Legends has got over its lifespan and how good Season 3 was. I'm not going to spend too much time on this one just because this is literally the exact same synopsis that was released a few weeks ago or a couple of months ago for Legends Season 4, because if you remember, Legends got a very early synopsis release. And that's the exact same thing there. So if you want to see my full thoughts on this synopsis, go check out that video. It's on the channel. Because again, I've already done my full-fledged thoughts on this. So that was Legends, but all you need to know, Legends Season 4 looks to be awesome. And I am surprised that Courtney Ford's there, given the fact they've just announced it. But again, as I keep bringing up, all of these cast members that are appearing in these Q&A sessions, they are all series regulars. So again, Matt Ryan was upgraded to a series regular, so was Jess McAllen. So all these characters and all these actors and actresses, they are the series regulars, so that does make sense in that regard. But Legends looks awesome, and I just can't wait to see the trailer for this one. Then we have Arrow Season 7, which will be getting a special video presentation and a Q&A once again. There has been no shortage of close calls for Oliver Queen when it comes to protecting his superhero identity, but in the Season 6 finale he was finally backed into a corner and forced to reveal himself to the world as the Green Arrow. Now Oliver will come face to face with many of the criminals he placed behind bars as he makes a new home for himself at Slabside Maximum Security Prison. Oliver will find himself vulnerable in a way unlike ever before when a mysterious new enemy begins to unravel his work as Green Arrow, challenging him to redeem his name or risk losing everything. Join series stars Stephen Amell, David Ramsey, Emily Bett Rickards, Katie Cassidy, Echo Kellum, Juliana Harkavy, Rick Gonzalez, and Colton Haynes, and executive producer Beth Schwartz at their annual Comic-Con panel to be among the first to learn about what it means for Oliver and the rest of his team. Now, Arrow Season 7, probably the one I'm most excited about, obviously Arrow being my favourite show of all of them, and also my favourite show of all time. And also just because Season 7 I'm really hyped about, given the story they're going down, and also because I have no idea where they're going with it. Now, this synopsis is the most interesting, I think, of the bunch, because this one actually gives us some stuff to go off of. This has actually got some new details, because Season 7 of Arrow, out of all the DC TV shows next season, I'd say is the one we know the least about, so it's quite interesting because this gives us a couple of things to chew on. For one, this does confirm that Slabside Maximum Security Prison is where Oliver is being detained. We kind of knew that. If you kind of decipher it on the back of Oliver's jumpsuit at the end of the Season 6 finale, you can see it. If you look at it in a good enough quality and you sort of see it, you could see it did say Slabside on there, which was signed. So we kind of already knew that, but that does confirm it there and there. But what I find really interesting that this does confirm is that Oliver is going to be, you know, behind bars with some of the criminals that he has put away in the past. So this means that all these different criminals who have been operating within Star City and, you know, perhaps even when it was Starling City, is going to be coming face to face with the Green Arrow, who they now know as Oliver Queen. And this is going to be very, very cool. And this is something that we've all speculated for a while, is that this is going to be, you know, Season 7, at least for the first part of it, is going to be adapting that, you know, never happened Green Arrow film, which was Escape from Supermax. So this, again, pretty much confirms that that's the story they're going down, at least for the first few episodes of the season. And I'm really excited to see what villains we see show up. I mean, I'll probably end up doing a video on that. It's a pretty cool video topic, so you can probably expect that one coming very, very soon. But I really love that that is now confirmed. And we get a little bit of a tease of the villain, not really much of anything, but it says, Oliver will find himself vulnerable in a way unlike ever before when a mysterious new enemy begins to unravel his work as Green Arrow, challenging him to redeem his name or risk losing everything. So, again, no hints on who that villain is, but a mysterious new enemy unraveling the work of the Green Arrow. I like that. That sounds pretty cool. Almost sounds a bit similar to maybe Prometheus, but I really like Prometheus, so I don't really have a problem with that at all. But obviously that's just me completely jumping to conclusions. There's nothing to go off of with that, really. So, you know, but I like the fact that they are talking about the villain. And another thing I was really happy to see, and again, this character is a series regular next season. Colton Haynes is actually going to be on the show in the Q&A, and he's actually going to be at Comic-Con. I'm really happy about that, just because I love Colton Haynes. I'm a big fan of his, and I love Roy Harper, so I'm really happy that he's going to be on the panel. Hopefully we get maybe a costume reveal for Roy next season. Maybe we'll get, you know, his new code name, if he's going to get one, or if he'll just take Arsenal back. I don't know. But I really like that Colton Haynes is there. So yeah, I'm really excited to see Arrow Season 7. I'm so hyped to see the trailer, just 'cause I want to get my first little glimpse at the season, just to see where they're going with it. So that's really awesome, and this is getting me more hyped. And finally, we have Black Lightning. Obviously, I haven't really spoken about Black Lightning in a while, so this is quite nice. It's going to be getting a special video presentation and a Q&A once again. Jefferson Pierce made his choice. He hung up the suit and his secret identity years ago, but with crime and corruption spreading like wildfire and those he cares about in the crosshairs of the menacing local gang, the 100, he must return as Black Lightning, not only to save his family, but also the soul of his community. Join series stars Cress Williams, China Ann McClain, Nefessa Williams, Christine Adams, Marvin Crondon Jr. III, or Marvin Crondon Jones III, Damon Gropton and James Remar, and producer Salim Akil for an electrifying look at Season 2. So, Black Lightning is obviously the most new series here. Obviously, we only have one season of the show so far. I loved Season 1. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. Obviously, I didn't make too many videos on it just because Season 1 has a very simple storyline. It's very much just one story. There's not many branching story paths, so it's not really a show you can make videos on and speculate on. It's just, it doesn't quite fit the mold as the other shows do. I try to make Black Lightning videos as much as I can because I really like the show, but it's hard to actually come up with topics. But hopefully in Season 2 we'll get some more branching storylines that will allow us to, you know, talk about it more. Because when you look back at, say, Arrow, Arrow Season 1 has a very simple storyline and a very, you know, singular storyline. And when you get to Season 2, you have loads of other stuff going on. Hopefully they kind of apply that to Black Lightning. I really like what they're doing here with Black Lightning. Again, this synopsis doesn't say anything about Season 2 at all. It's basically just a recap of, you know, why Season 1 happened. But I don't think they really need to justify it, because if you've seen Black Lightning, you're going to be hyped for Season 2, because it's an awesome show. And obviously, if you want to see all my thoughts, you can check out my review for Season 1. That's up on the channel, and it's absolutely awesome. I love Black Lightning, and I just can't wait to see Season 2. I can't wait to see what they do and where they take the characters. And in terms of the Black Lightning release date, that is going to be on Tuesday, October the 9th at 9 PM. So that's immediately after the Flash Season 5 premiere. So that's awesome. And I just remembered I forgot to mention the Arrow release date, so just in case you were wondering what that was, that is Monday, October the 15th at 9 PM also. So that is really cool, and I think all this Comic-Con news is really awesome and really exciting. So what do you guys think about all this news? Tell me everything that you feel about this in the comment section down below. Are you hyped for Comic-Con? I mean, of course you're hyped for Comic-Con. But make sure you tell me everything you're excited about. What show are you most excited to see the trailer for? Like I said, for me, I'm really excited to see Legends. I'm really excited to see Black Lightning. But I'm really particularly excited to see Arrow above all else. And also, in terms of Comic-Con on the channel, I'm going to be covering everything. So make sure you stick around to the channel, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you never miss a Comic-Con video from me, as I will be doing breakdowns on all the trailers and everything in between, all the news. So, you know, if you want to keep up to date with that, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. It would be awesome if you could do that. Also, if you like this video and you want to see more content like this, be sure to head to my podcast, which is called Honor Thy Podcast. It is a DC TV Arrowverse podcast I do every single week with my good friend Dan McCants, aka Mulekick Media, where we discuss everything Arrowverse. So if you enjoyed my videos and you want to see more of me, that's where you can find me. And again, you can be sure that we're going to be covering everything from Comic-Con in an episode coming up very, very soon. Link is in the description down below. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like. It'll help me out a lot, and share this video with anyone and everyone you know who loves DC TV and get them to join the community. And as always guys, please subscribe for all of your latest content on Supergirl, The Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Arrow and Black Lightning. And with all that said guys, I hope to see you again in my next video.